Hello everyone, I'm Chase Lee from the Real Chase Lee YouTube channel to do another movie review for you guys for DallasMovieScreenings.com, and that movie I'm going to review today is Burnt, starring Bradley Cooper, Omar Sy, Sienna Miller, Daniel Bruhl, Uma Thurman, Emma Thompson. I almost said the stack is cast. The cast is stacked. So if you guys don't know what Burnt is about, Burnt is Adam Jones is a chef who destroyed his career with drugs and diva behavior. He cleans up and returns to London determined to redeem himself by spearheading a top restaurant that can gain 3 Michelin stars. Now, Adam Jones is played by Bradley Cooper and he plays the chef. I went to the screening and I actually took my roommate with me who is a actual chef at a 5-star restaurant. Like, I'm talking high quality stuff, guys. And he liked the movie a lot, more so than me. Now, I thought it was pretty good. Now, I'm not going to say it's like fantastic or excellent or whatever. There's one thing that kept bugging me throughout the entire thing, and I'll get to that in just a second. It was that one thing that was like hindering it from being pretty good to like great. And if they just would have like changed some stuff, I would have liked it even more. So let's get real and break this down. So like I said, I don't have experience in the restaurant industry, but my roommate does, and he said for the most part it was pretty accurate. There was some stuff that was taken with liberties and stuff, but that's Hollywood. You're going to have that for certain movies. But for the most part, I thought they did everything pretty well because since my roommate is a chef, we have gone to many fancy restaurants and stuff, and I understand how kitchens function. I understand how the front of the house functions and stuff. So for the most part, I thought it was pretty accurate. So, like I said, let's break it down old school style. So, directing and the writing. It's directed by John Wells, and it's written by Stephen Knight, who Stephen Knight did Locke from 2 years ago. Locke was a fantastic film. He wrote and directed that one. But anyways, for the directing, I thought overall the story was handled very well. I really love devastating characters, and I love a good redemption story. And I thought this direction was pretty good for what it was. In handling Bradley Cooper's character, and we see him, struggle through, these harsh times that he's going through, and having him redeem himself at the very end, and having new relationships along the way, and forming a nice bond with Sienna Miller and stuff. So I thought the way the story was told was very well done from the directing standpoint, and it was very fast paced. And that's how kitchens are run, man. Like, they're run, especially when you're busy during dinner service, you're running at a fast pace, and I thought the director added that fast kind of flair to it since it is a restaurant movie. So I did enjoy the direction for the most part. Here's my problem though with the writing. Overall, it was a well-written movie. Bradley Cooper especially had a lot of cool monologues that are they shed some light on the current state of the culinary industry and even the fast food industry. I thought there were some really great, nice little one-liners, little monologues that he gave, and he was a really smart character. I liked the way he was written. However, the movie is an hour and 40 minutes long. Like I said, I don't ruin anything for you guys, but there was some stuff that was mentioned in the movie, but I wanted to see it, and it happened in Adam's past. So since it was an hour and 40, I told the other critic that was sitting next to me and my roommate, if they would have added like 20 minutes in front of that movie showing kind of his learnings and stuff in Paris, and having him, have all these chefs as friends and then befriend them at some point and get into drugs and stuff, and then lead into the movie that we saw, I would have enjoyed it way more, and I would have actually put it on excellent status, because I actually enjoyed the movie that much. It was just frustrating when they kept talking about it. I'd rather them show it than tell it. So I just really wish they would add a little bit more backstory. But for the movie that was told, I thought it was fine. And that could just be me being greedy, but I just felt like there was that emotional disconnect sometimes when they were talking about the past, and it's like, I wish I would have seen something, or maybe like a flashback or something. So I just felt a little disconnected when they would talk about the past, because I would rather have seen it like as a build-up to this situation, this conflict of a movie, rather than it being said to me. So that's just me personally. Like I said, I might just be being greedy, but that is my one huge complaint about this movie, is that there should have been a little bit more backstory seen rather than told. The acting is very, very good. Listen, I've always been a fan of Bradley Cooper, and I think he kills it. He totally acts like a chef in this movie. He's arrogant, he's prickish, but you know that he's got like that passion, that drive, and he wants perfection. That's his personality. He's very driven. He's got thick skin. That's what chefs are, and like that's what his personality is. I thought he exuded that very well. You could see his downfalls in his character. You wanted him to redeem himself and get back up on top. So I really love Bradley Cooper in this. I thought him and Sienna Miller had really great chemistry, and ironically, their chemistry in American Sniper was non-existent, but yet it flourished here. So I don't know what it was about this movie, but totally worked for me in that regard. Omar Sy is also in this. He's got a really cool role. Daniel Bruhl's in this. He's really good. Uma Thurman's barely. She's in there for like a scene. But I guess she's pivotal to the plot, which I kind of wish we would have seen, like I said. And then Emma Thompson, she's in there, but she's not like it's not like a pivotal role or anything. It's very helpful to his character, but it's something to where it's like, okay, I mean, it's whatever. So the acting is kind of a mixed bag. Everyone does a good job, but in terms of like their characters and just how much they were in there and stuff, I just felt like some of them could have been excluded and you wouldn't even know. But Bradley Cooper totally killed it. I've always been a fan of the Coopster, and he totally nails it in this role for sure. Cinematography-wise, listen, restaurant movies and cooking movies, you gotta have those sexy, beautiful food shots. And I'm telling you, this one definitely has some sexy food shots. Just like Chef from, was it last year or 2 years ago? I forgot. But that's one with Jon Favreau, and there was, food truck food, but it still looked sexy. It still looked inviting. I wanted to eat whatever was on the plate. Burnt is the same way. I loved all the food presented. I'm the type of fancy food eater to where I would eat that type of stuff because my roommate has exposed me to all the fine dining dishes and stuff, and my palate is, it's not good, but it's a little bit better than it was before. And so all the food looked appetizing, looked inviting. I wanted to grab a fork, shove it through the screen, and get something off the plate. But all the cinematography is very well done in the kitchen. It's very claustrophobic, so you have to keep your shots closely knit on what you need to have in frame. Don't waste any space in your frame. You need to have everything in there that you need to have in there just because of the claustrophobic nature of a kitchen and a restaurant itself. But I thought it was shot very well for the fast-paced environment of a kitchen. Thought it was done very, very well. Editing-wise, like I said, problems with the story. I wish there was a little bit more. You make that thing 2 hours, I would have been totally fine with it. Heck, even go to 2 hours and 10 minutes, I still would have been okay with it. But the fact that it was an hour and 40, and I wanted that backstory, and I wanted to see what happened. Because when I watch a redemption movie, I want to see someone be at the top, crash down at the bottom, and fly up to the top again. Where we started in the story, Bradley Cooper was at the bottom. So it was more of a climbing up story rather than, the typical U in the graph. So just for me personally, like I said, might be a little greedy, might be a little selfish, but I really think the backstory of what happened in Paris before he got to London would have really helped us feel more emotionally connected to the characters and everything that was happening in the plot, to where I would have rated this movie at least an A. But for that very reason, I'm going to give this movie a solid B. I think it's a very solid movie. I think it's a very more than average movie for sure. There's just some problems with the story that I really wish you just would add more of that punch to it, to where I would have been like, that was a really good and surprising movie. But still, guys, it's a B. I would recommend this one. If you like Bradley Cooper, you like cooking movies, I think you will enjoy this one quite much. But I'm actually curious if you guys have seen Burnt, and if you guys know what I'm talking about story-wise and stuff, and adding whatever they needed to add in the front of it. Let me know if I'm right, wrong, whatever. I welcome all criticism. But that will do it for this movie review, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. So yeah, that'll be it. Reporting from DallasMovieScreenings.com. Tune in next time for whatever I review next. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @RealChaseley. Everything else in the link in the description below. I'll see you guys later. I can't say that I never had an injury in a kitchen before, like a true chef. But I had like a salt shaker thrown at me once. I got like a bruise. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'll see you guys later.